Good afternoon to the media. Good afternoon to those live on Facebook. Welcome to the Telcel Night of the Hitmakers Artist Press Conference. Well, for the last 6 months, we have been screaming it and telling you about the cast that we're going to have on this year's Hitmakers celebrating 50 years Carnival. We have a top-notch cast together. The artists, everyone arrived today, with exception to Kassav, who's arriving out of France at 5:10, so they are not here. Nevertheless, we have the top shutter, the top guns, and the top everything ready to set the dance floor in the festival village on fire. Starting from my left, we have Buleria, straight up of Aruba, by Ladenos. We have Edwin Yearwood and Crossfire, no stranger to St. Martin. We have Farmer Nappy in the house, also no stranger to St. Martin. And our very own Youth Waves band, Patrick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this here, people, is going to be a night never to be forgotten. 7 years Hitmakers, 50 years Carnival, 30 years Crossfire, 40 years Kassav. I mean, it's pure celebration this year.
75 years Nappy.
So we're going to make it. We got 5 years Buleria celebration. Youth Waves.
We don't need it 33.
33 years, you see? It's going to be a legendary concert. So what we're going to do, we're going to give the artists them an opportunity. It's all about them. You've been hearing my voice. You've been hearing the promotion. We're going to give the artists them an opportunity to let you guys know what to expect from them tomorrow, you know, because it's all about them right now. We're going to start straight from my left. Let's go with Buleria.
Yeah, man. We're happy to be in St. Martin for the second time. We're going to take a shot. We're ready for tomorrow. Like we say in Aruba, caliente for tomorrow between those big guys, Crossfire and Kassav. We're ready to mash it up.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, so we have Mr. Edwin here with himself representing Crossfire. Edwin.
Well, I'll say that it is great to be here again. This is one of the countries that we call a go-to country for so many things. But it is one of the places that you can have a mixture of artists without any issues. People are just so open to music. So the people are just so open to the vibe of music itself. Any genre under one roof, 20 genres. This is the place. I love being in St. Martin for that reason, mainly, you know. Again, it's such a beautiful country. My favorite part, and I hate flying, is landing at the airport. Love it, you know. But outside of that, you know, we're here, Crossfire here. We're celebrating 30 years as Crossfire and going strong. And the guys have been rehearsing for a while, so we are happy to be here, and we can't wait to get going. You know, there's a buzz, there's a vibe, and we just are happy to be a part of that. Respect.
Yes. So we have here Farmer Nappy, because he got the people them hooked to Hitmakers.
Boom.
So they finally here. Farmer Nappy, lead the people them know.
Thanks again for having me at the Hitmakers. The buzzes are wrong, as Edwin say. Coming in the airport, a lot of ladies and things say they come in the show, and the buzzes are wrong, and it's the carnival and stuff. But this moment here, to me, in St. Martin, and this is not a kicks and this is not a joke. When I heard that Crossfire was on the show, and the promoter come and thanks to you and say, would you like Crossfire to back here? Tears came out my eye, because Crossfire is a band, trust me, my music I've been producing for the past 14 years in Barbados, and this guy Edwin Yearwood, as I always said, I always scrape from Edwin Yearwood, because everything Edwin sing, I always looking at it because his melody he does sing. I call him the Groove Man, which Trinidad now does call me the Groove Man, and I shape from Edwin, and it's an honor for Farmer Nappy to sing with Crossfire tomorrow night.
Respect to Farmer, and we have here Patu from none other than Youth Waves, one of the most long-standing and energetic bands hailing straight out of St. Martin. Patu.
Yeah, man, thanks. I must say on the behalf of Youth Wave, taking part on a stage like this right here, must say it's a pleasure because in Erwin also is a long tight love we got from a while back musically. You know what I'm saying? Way back along with what is his name again? The Taldo used to be playing the keyboard before. Yeah, so all of that just to say sharing this stage on the night of the hit makers is it always like a pleasure, already because I'm seeing it and the fight that, Rude goes through to put a type of show like this, think everybody doing it with this genre, so it makes a lot of people who enjoy music, really want to listen to nice music and groove to it, to come out in the village and have a good time. So we, as Youth Wave, we touch around a lot of different type of music, which on the night of the hit makers would make sure say he know what he want to hear. So that is in place already. So you definitely got to be hearing that from Youth Waves, and we ain't missing out, and we come now real tight to be as good as anyone that is on stage here and share the love for the love of music.
Okay, so there you heard it, people. You hear it from the artists themselves. I've been trying to get all your hype up for it, but I can't do better than the artists them. They are here. They made effort to come here. They accepted the invitation, and I think they are ready to give a show to St. Martin like none other. So this 50-year celebration is going to be memorable. Be there tomorrow. Gates open at 7. The artist is going to be ready. You better be as ready as them. Going to give the press an opportunity to ask questions, if there are any. This is the opportunity.
I mean, you said it all, but let me get to Yehud. You're here as Crossfire. Do we foresee the original band members taking part in this concert?
Definitely. As you would imagine, we've been around for 30 years, basically, and the original members of Crossfire were in the band from inception. What you would have, you definitely would have the original guitar player. You would have the drummer that was there for a long time. We have members who would have been on stage 20, 25 years ago who are now in administration, who are now dealing with management, and who are now dealing with different areas in the band, because the band is still a unit, is a business, So we are all together. It's still the same band, it's still the same unit, it's still the same vibe, but we one of the things that we've always done over the years was introduce young talent out of Barbados. If I can say quickly, our mandate when we started, because when I tried to get into the business, you would always say, including my mother would ask, so what other job are you going to do? What real job are you going to do? And you would go to people around the Caribbean, and well, I live in Barbados, and you couldn't have a bank loan, you couldn't have a credit card, you couldn't have those things as an entertainer. So our mandate when we started 30 years ago was to put it to a level where people see that it's professionalism, and we've seen that today now, where so many groups, so many young talented people have come through the ranks and are respected as artists in the Caribbean, because we've not had respect for artists in the Caribbean enough, in my opinion, Not to knock any international artists, but we would have international artists coming and we fall over the feet, but there's so much talent in the Caribbean, and everybody is not going to be a prime minister or a doctor or a lawyer. And if you can follow your dreams, that's what we always advocated. So I'm saying that to say we have some young people in Crossfire coming through the ranks that are going to do. We've always had additions of young people coming along, so that's what we're going to continue to do.
Over the 30 years period, you have produced so many hit songs. Here you on St. Martin, you have been here before.
Yes.
What can we expect to hear from Crossfire tomorrow?
Well, I'll tell you what. The theme of tomorrow night says it all. Night of the hit makers, Expect to hear nothing but hits. Expect to hear hits that aren't there yet, Because one thing I could say, as I said earlier, the vibe of the people from St. Martin, when you have that crowd, it's almost like an educated crowd in terms of, you know, you will have a crowd that can tell you when Vivian Richard hit 6 in 19 whatever. This is a crowd that always educated musically, from Kassav to Farmer Nappy, from the time he was with Marsha Montana all the way up in Aesthetic, you know. This group here, a very underrated group who've been putting in some miles around and representing, you know. So I can tell you that the one stop throughout the Caribbean, and I might get cussed for this, but it's my feeling, the one stop throughout the Caribbean that you can expect that people are so open-minded to music is in St. Martin. So what they can expect the real Crossfire from us, the real Farmer Nappy. You can expect the authentic to the updated. And you know, it's going to be just a wonderful vibe.
Farmer, I'm so sorry for what happened to you. You had to pack up in plastic bags and what happened. That certainly is some story. Tell us a bit about this song.
The main thing is anytime she pack your clothes in a garbage bag, leave in peace. Don't ever answer her because she expect you to open your mouth. And a man that hits a woman is a coward. Anytime you touch your hand on a woman, you're hitting your mother. Walk away from it. So you will always see Farmer Nappy singing these relationship songs because it's real things. You know, a lot of husband and wife is not sleeping on the same bed, but they go out together. Yeah, that is the reality of it. So you will always hear the real thing coming out of Farmer Nappy. Because a long time you used to be singing a man jam on a woman and stuff, right? But as I say, I always shape off Edwin Yearwood because he sing melody, right? But you will always find that Nappy singing for women and relationship because I grew up in a house with only women. I know the time of the month when they act up, I know everything, right? So you'll always find me singing about women and the real story of women and thing. And you know, I will sing thing and not leave out men because I'm not saying that we is the best. We make mistake and stuff. So why put we out? I'm not leaving. That's impossible to do.
No, having said that, did you write your song based on?
I never write this song. You know, a lot of people doesn't get credit where credit is due. The writer of this song is Nadia Batson. You know what I mean? And what I will always do is I will always go to her and say, well, this is what I want. Sometimes she just send me at 3, 4 in the morning and say, well, a hit song, look a hit song. But people know me as writing like music, farm, footstep and stuff. So when you tell me, I could have come and I could have said, well, I write it and this was so, but that will be selfish. So Nadia Batson is the writer of the song. I'm just the jockey of the horse.
Give us a line or two from the song.
You done hook me already. Could it be your cute pretty face? Could it be the oil in your waist? Make me feel like I have to chase. You hook me already. Girl, you're smart, you know how to spend. Where you take care of the children. They should never end, cause if you want me to go.
And Patu, you've been around for a very long time, 33 years.
Yeah, 33 years.
Wow. We've had some great experience from Youth Wave over the years throughout Carnival festivities, be it Juve morning or you performing on the road or for the opening of Carnival over the years. You're no stranger to the stage. I mean, you will be starting up the show tomorrow night. Tell us a bit about what's in the pipeline for we as the people coming to see a Youth Wave performing together with a Famanati and a Valeria and of course Crossfire.
Well, like I said earlier, we are no stranger to the stage as Youth Wave. And the night of the hit makers only could make us, and next night we know we're going back now and pulling out some of the old hits, you know, so which means we go back in the time from 1990 with reverse, we go back in the year 1992 with tune up album, you see, and then there we got now most of the type of zouk we blend that we say we call them like more zouk soca, you know, and we have new stuff. Also, we just did a collaboration with Timo, which we bring out a song for the Road of Power, you know, for Carnival for the 50th anniversary also. So It's just making a same reunion in between the musician of St. Martin, and gather with Youth Wave at the same time, because with the 33 years going and the experience, being abroad, playing all over, and coming back home and sharing a stage like that, you only want to be to your best. And to your best is to practice and pull your hits. So it's easy. We have hits, so we're going to be pulling them definitely tomorrow night. Yeah, for the night of the hit makers, that's the name. So Youth Wave will be pulling her hits and pulling all her cards out on that night. So the folks will be, of course, proud and happy of us, the same way we do it all the time.
Bullaria. Where's the guy for Bullaria? Give us some insight into your band. Who is Bullaria?
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. Glad to be here, honored, and proud to be here with the band. We're just a band from Aruba, based on Aruba. We play all types of dancing music. So there's a type of rhythm we play called ritmo combina, which is our main music. But we do soca, we do merengue, salsa, bachata, you name it. If it's danceable, we do it. We make it. We put our sauce in it, and we try to do something fun out of it. So Bulleria is now 5 years and still going strong. It's a group of young, dynamic musicians and singers that came together about 5 years ago and are called for the last 4 years the best band of the Antilla Hollandaise, so ABC Islands. So it's something we're very proud of. We carry it with a lot of honor, and of course tomorrow we're gonna have our chance to show St. Martin what we got. Yeah.
All right, pump me up with some music. Pump me up.
That's it. Ricardo, you got everything you need? Nothing? All right.
I just wanted, when you finish, I just wanted to have a group photo with all of them in front of the...
Perfect. So people, you heard it. I mean, we don't have to talk anymore. We've been promoting it. We didn't promote it as a secret. We leave everybody know it is. The artists are here. They're on time. They're on time to catch the vibe, because the vibe for the 50 years is here. So I'm going to say, tomorrow night, be there on time, 7 o'clock, night of the hit makers. It's going to be a night never to be forgotten. Good evening to the press. Welcome to all. Welcome to the Simpson Bay Resort. We're here today on the eve of the Telcel Night of the hit makers. We have worked very hard to put this show together. It's an honor to have the legendary Kassav in St. Martin for the 50th year of Carnival, who's also celebrating 40 years in existence. So we are privileged to have this band here to celebrate. So it's a double celebration. 40 years Kassav, 50 years St. Martin Carnival.
Yeah.
We are happy that they had a safe flight here to St. Martin. We are looking forward to an exclusive, exciting show. People are very excited to see Kassav. We have Jocelyn with us and Jacob. Thank you very much for doing this press conference with us. The idea is for you guys to let the press know in St. Martin know what to expect from Kassav tomorrow when you hit the stage.
Well, because we're having our 40th anniversary, we're going to do a part of the show because we're supposed to play 90 minutes.
Wow.
And the show for the 40th anniversary of Kassav is about 2 hours and a half.
Okay.
So we had to make a choice of the songs. So we're going to play the main songs of Kassav.
Best of the best.
Yeah. The songs that made the history of Kassav.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. And Jacob, you could also talk French too, eh? Oh. It's no problem. Yeah, you understand, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Tu peux parler en français.
Parle en français.
Je vais parler en anglais, tu vas parler en français.
Mais je veux dire la même chose que toi.
Oui, c'est égal.
Ben, on va faire, ouais, effectivement, comme elle a dit, on va faire une partie du concert qu'on a prévu de faire pour les 40 ans, qu'on va faire à Paris. Malheureusement, on a vraiment négocié beaucoup pour essayer de faire plus que 1h30, mais il ne veut pas. Donc on fera seulement 1h30.
Justin going to translate for me what he just
Oh
said.
yeah, he was joking, saying that
okay.
he's been negotiating to play more than half an hour and a half.
Yes,
but you didn't want to.
No, not that we didn't. No, Lord, don't make me feel bad. It's not that we didn't
it's
want
a joke.
to.
He was joking.
Good. I would like us to have
We
to
know
play
that there's
3 hours.
other people. There's other
Yes,
people,
yes,
performing,
yes,
and I'm glad to meet my friends of Crossfire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I know you guys had definitely a long travel. We're not going to draw out this press conference. So I think I would let the media ask you a question one time, because I know you want to catch a early nap to get up full of energy in the photo.
Well, I'm here, so I can answer any question.
Yeah.
Avez-vous des questions? Well, when we were coming, we were listening to a radio, and in that radio you had people speaking Papimiento. So I guess that they were coming from Curacao. Curacao is a place where we're going quite regularly. We've been to Curacao about 10 times, and the people really love Kassav music. We don't sing in French, we sing in Creole. But Michael Jackson was singing in English to French and Japanese people, and they would love their music too. So the fact that we're singing in Creole is not a problem. The music itself, carry the people. And I think that it's, if they want to know what we're talking about, we just translate it, we just tell them. So the language is not a barrier. It's music. We're talking about music. The music takes you or don't take you. That's okay.
Now, you said that you are going to play some of your most popular music.
Yeah?
Which of them do you consider to be more popular?
There's one big hit of Kassav that is, worldwide, almost worldwide known. It's Zoukla Sesel Medika Manoni, which is Jacob's song. That song is very, very popular. You've got one called Siye Boatu, who was some artists from South America took it and did it another way. And there's a couple of songs of ours that were taken for, by people of the Caribbean and people of South America. So there's a lot of music, and in Africa, Kassav is very, very popular in Africa. We performed in a lot of countries, about 73 countries in the world, and we didn't go to make it simple. We didn't go to China, India, and Austria. And c'est pas Austria, Australia. But we played in Europe, we played North America, South America, in many countries there, Chile, Bolivia, Brazil, Guyana, Suriname. We played in almost all the islands of Caribbean. We played in all Africa. All those who speak Portuguese, all the French countries except Chad, a couple of English countries. We went to South Africa a couple of years ago. We played in the North Africa also. We did a lot of, Kassav have been performing in many, many different countries. So that's...
Now, taking into consideration the love that people on Martin in particular have for your music, you will only be performing for 90 minutes. Do you think that 90 minutes will give you enough time to bring across the music to the people as much as they would want you to?
Yeah. Depends on the way you just go on stage and give it to them. I mean, an hour can be enough. The thing is, you have to just do it. That's all.
Now, you're celebrating 40 years.
Yeah.
How has it been for you? What kind of a journey was it for Casa during this 40 years?
Oh, well, it was a very interesting journey. In the beginning, it was like experimental. I mean, the 4 first years of CASAF, kind of experimental. Then the style was discovered. We can say that when people started calling CASAF music Zouk music was in something like December 84. Zouk music was born. Enfin, it was named, okay? With the song Zouk Classical Medica Manoni and the entire album carrying it, right? And then, so we were trying to get the people to know about CASAF because we started touring in 82, but in 85, the real thing started. We started to be called in all Africa. We started doing, one of the biggest scene of Paris, venue of Paris, which is the Zenith. And people of the Caribbean never played there before, never, only in small places or in ballroom. And that was the first time that people, so it was some kind of, created some kind of identity thing, for the people who were living in Paris, who didn't know about the Caribbean, but who had their parents coming from Caribbean. So they were happy, to have a Caribbean group on stage representing them. So it was it wasn't just like music. It was also some kind of identity thing started, with the music of CASAF, right? And little by little, of course, for a decade, until 1990, we stopped 6 months or about a year to shoot a movie about the story of CASAF and so on. So the people started, to go in another direction, but still when CASAF came back, they came back to CASAF. Things always been, together. Of course, you had the beginning that was very, very hot, very happening. So people were coming, they were curious about that group coming from everywhere. And then you had the people who really love CASAF, who kept on coming to our shows. So we had, all the time we were going upper and upper. We did, for example, the 10th anniversary in Zenith. The 20 years anniversary that was in a bigger place that was open in Paris, which is Bercy. For the 30 years anniversary, we were a big stadium, Le Stade de France, with 60,000 people coming to the show. And in Africa, we had up to 90,000 people coming to see CASAF. And we had the first carnival of Paris in something like 86, which was 200,000 people minimum. That's the police thing. 2030. No, 230,000 people coming to the show of CASAF for the first carnival of Paris. And that's the way it is. But we love also playing in small places. In Martinique, for example, we're going to do stadium with 16,000 people coming. And a few months after, we're going to have a place called Atrium where you have 1,000 people coming too. So we're playing in huge places and in small places. We're always going where people want to see us. So the story of CASAF has been like that.